The 5-Star Stories is a 1980s fantasy mecha anime based on a manga by Nagano Mamoru, who also happened to work on another mech TV show called El Gaim. What immediately hits you when watching 5-Star Stories is the grand scale of it all. The scope, designs, characters, and even universe, it's all very grand. It very much reminds me of the 80s film Dune, another sci-fi epic film, but like that film, 5-Star Stories pretty much gives you a crash overload of information in the first 5 to 10 minutes to try and bring you up to speed pretty fast with this universe you're about to visit. This is because the film really serves as an introduction to the manga. From what I've heard fans say about it, it's quite a complex story. Like Dune, there's no way you could fit all that information and have it make sense into one movie. Never mind a movie that's only roughly about 1 hour long, but you could make this 2 hours and I still don't think that would be enough time. This is the only flaw in what I consider to be quite an amazing fantasy adventure. Still, if you want to break it down into its simplest form, 5-Star Stories the film is about a guy who wants to save a woman he loves from some corrupt higher up fake royalty figure. The sci-fi part comes in the fact that these set of women are kind of like androids, but they can also control giant mechs called motorheads in this universe. The film might be only an hour long, but you will be very much engaged from start to finish. For an 80s anime, the animation is really good. The art style, which by the way is what led me to 5-Star Stories many moons ago, is really outstanding, to me anyway. I can understand some people might not like it, but it certainly fits with the lore. The universe, or at least the planet we visit in this film, has an aesthetic made from European and Middle East kind of look of older times. The same goes for the character designs. Then you have the technology, which might remind people of things from the original Star Wars films. Big giant ships and giant loaders, cyborg looking people, etc. Then we have the motorheads, aka giant robots, and these things are huge. Their designs, however, have to be one of the most amazing mech designs I've seen. They are truly a work of art. Like I mentioned before, this is how I originally found out about the film and manga, by seeing these designs and other artwork. Like a rabbit, I had to dive down that hole and find out more. What I really like with the scale of the motorheads is they're not doing your typical flashy Gundam maneuvers. When they move, you feel the sheer weight behind them. This is where I should mention there's not actually a ton of mech action in this film. I mean, overall there is action, with other characters having normal fist fights, but it's a film that's definitely more focused on building your universe. For something that looks so pretty, there's actually what you might call more gruesome parts too, but I suppose it keeps it somewhat more realistic. The film does throw a lot of characters at you, but you'll mainly be sticking with the lead character Sop and his interactions with everyone. It's the case of more crash overload of information, as you're given sparse information on characters you meet. Again, this isn't really the film's fault. As I said, these characters probably flourish in the manga. I didn't even mention the music, but it has a very classical style to it, again which adds to the atmosphere and general feel of the film. Honestly, there's not much I didn't like about this movie. It's the kind of thing you will rewatch again and again and get more and more out of it. It mostly serves as an intro to the manga series, which I'm looking forward to sitting down and reading one day. Unfortunately, only so much of it has been translated though. As you can guess, 5-Star Stories is not something that found any success in the West, and that is only our loss, because this film was like watching a moving piece of amazing art. If you're into fantasy, sci-fi or mecha, then I highly recommend you check it out. As always, thanks for watching and I'll catch you guys later.